so I don't hear myself in double. Did that work? Are we things?
Sounds like we're things.
We are things. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you doing? It's time once again for the Game On Blizzard podcast with myself, Lord Teammaker, aka Will McKellar, and joining me, as always, dreading tomorrow.
It's cautiously up. Mentally excited, physically dreading. To quote, I mean, I'm not in the best of shape, and I'm going to be doing something very physical all day tomorrow.
Mm.
I mean, granted, you played. I mean, you did your stint, Will, already. You've done your 8 hours, so you know that how draining it can be playing games for 8 hours straight. And the thing is too, and I guess we kind of mention, like, you know, it's one thing playing Football Manager for 8 hours straight, or one thing playing Final Fantasy VII Remake for 8 hours straight, or one thing playing F1 for 8 hours straight off stream.
Yeah.
But playing it on stream, interacting with people, is kind of a big deal. Like that is a different kind of...
It really is a different kettle of fish, because not only have you got to concentrate on the game,
yep,
it's mentally draining enough. You've also got to remember to take breaks, which I only took one yesterday in 8 hours.
Mm-hmm. I was angry. If I was in your chat, I would have yelled at you, but I had this pesky thing called work.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And then so you've got that, and then you've got streaming and talking and interacting and having fun with people, which is why, you know, I called forth the power of one of the top trophy hunters when she does it, in Letitia, because I said to her, look, it's like, I'm going to be doing this. If you can join me and help keep a track of the trophies and what ones I mean next, that'll help me out.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of, I guess, why I'm tapping you tomorrow to help me. Granted, we're doing what we normally would do on a Sunday. We're doing F1. But at the same time, at least having somebody there, and we can attest to last week, I got into a zone, and I went full focus mode. And when I went full focus mode, I got very quiet, and things got very tense.
Yep.
And I heard you talking, Will, a lot of the time, but be honest with you, it wasn't registering because I was too busy working on just trying to get Hamilton.
Well, that's the thing, though, isn't it? Is that once that happens, once you've done that, you get into that, so you don't really twig somebody's trying to talk to you. You're so focused. You're laser focused.
Yeah, and to give people an idea of setup, and I know you have kind of the same thing, right? Like, we have multiple monitors. Mm-hmm. So for me, almost every game that I play is a full screen monitor right here, right in front of me.
Yeah.
And right here on my left-hand side here, usually what I do is I have it in different positions for different places, but for like the podcast stream, I have OBS right here on my right-hand monitor, and then behind OBS, which isn't full screen, is Twitch and the Twitch dashboard, and then Twitch chat. So literally, like, as soon as this monitor ends and this one begins, I've got Twitch chat right there. So I can take a quick glance. That's why you see me if I take a quick glance to my right here. Also, because my mic pretty much blocks this monitor. So this one is where I throw all the shit that I don't need, like the Discord server, the audio soundtrack stuff, the chat bot, stuff I don't need goes there. But when you're driving F1,
laser, you say you've got to focus on it, because if you make a mistake, it's race over. So I don't mind doing that, because again, I'll be around for 8 hours. Yes, it'll be draining, but yes, it'll be fun because I'm not the one doing most of the work.
Yeah, I mean, if you need to get up and be like, James, I'm going to go get my dinner, and I'm on like lap 16, it's just like, okay,
It
Oh,
leaves me a lot freer to just move about while doing that stuff rather than being like yourself where, and you'll probably slip into it as well, where you're not noticing the time go by. And that's one of the big things about streaming. And that's one of the big things why I didn't take a break yesterday, apart from that once.
well,
It was because my body was telling me I need to go to the loo. I would have carried on because I was having too much fun talking to people, talking to Tish, playing the games, trying to get the challenge.
and that's something big we've built in for tomorrow is that breaks are going to happen, and they're going to involve ad breaks. Surprise, people! We are going to run some ads during tomorrow's stream. But that's also because I'm just not going to have you guys stare blankly at like my chair, or like while I get up and like try and get feeling back into my legs and use the bathroom.
Yeah. It is mandatory pit stops.
Yeah,
Comfort breaks before the race.
exactly.
So on today's show, we're going to be a bit loose with stuff. We're going to essentially just talk about Extra Life. There is a bit of news we were going to talk about that James has brought to the attention of the cast as a whole. So we'll talk about that as well.
Weird when I bring the news story.
Well, I'm knackered if I haven't bothered. It's like, have you been doing something else? Yes. Have you looked at news? No. Not that news. I know that news. So, let's get on with it then. So, the bit of news, James.
Yes, it is about Square Enix. They took a huge financial loss with the Avengers movie to the tune of 6.5 billion yen. They stated that the sales were only 60% of what the company expected from game sales and microtransactions.
Oh dear. Now, if ever there was a game to go against a live service that people don't want a lot of, that if they do want them, they have one that they're going to go after, maybe two. That proves it right there. Stick to what you're good at. Single player story games for this sort of thing.
So let's talk about this in the numbers, because I'm a numbers person and I like to talk about this stuff. So if you're wondering, that is about $63 million USD, or about 48 million pounds.
Crazy money.
Yes. Strangely enough, I think they showed they've actually had a lot of some gains, because Final Fantasy VII Remake exceeded expectations in sales. And there is makes sense. And there's a rumor that a definitive edition of the game is going to come to Xbox and PC, which makes sense. I mean, that's kind of Square Enix's MO anyways. They kind of will release the Final Fantasy on a PlayStation, and then within like half a year to a year, it gets released on PC and everywhere else. Because I have Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
The Hangover Part 4 Final Fantasy Edition.
Yeah. I'll be getting that in about it's about 2 weeks now. Yeah, less than 2 weeks. I'll be getting Final Fantasy 15.
Is it part of the PlayStation Game Pass thing?
Yeah, it was part of that collection. And so, hell, I might as well as Persona 5.
Yeah, Persona 5. But the question is it Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal?
I think is it Royal?
I think it may be just 5, because Royal came out this year.
Actually, yeah. No, because I'm thinking it's a special edition of Final Fantasy 15. But it's Persona 5, the original, then, not Royal.
Yeah. If I can't say anything, wait for Royal, because they added an extra 20 hours of gameplay. They added another dungeon, another character, fixed a lot of the plot loopholes, and added more stuff into it.
Jesus.
Because fucking Shin Megami Tensei. Because, like, that's what they freaking do. They just... Also, it's a really good game, and I don't want you to like play through the game, because I saw people be like, okay, I played this 80-hour RPG, and now I'm gonna play it again, but now it's 100-hour RPG. But you know what is coming out next week?
The Xbox.
Yeah.
Not Cyberpunk.
What is a game that I am most excited for that is coming out next week?
Football Manager 2021.
That is November 24th, but the beta may be released. If anybody has wondered, I did buy it yesterday. I am waiting for it to come out. It is time. So pumped.
What else is next week, dude?
Howdy, howdy.
How you
Hello.
doing, Chris? You don't know, Will.
Doing good.
Remember, I'm tired.
It's part of a long-running series of video games that we have both played. You literally have an alert from the game.
Like a dragon.
Like a dragon. Yakuza 7.
Yes. I need to look at money. Then Carl went, oh, it's on Game Pass. Right. Yeah,
Why-
exactly.
Why is James not upset that that Cyberpunk isn't coming out next week? I can play Yakuza.
Yeah. I like this. But getting back to Square Enix bit, I have sympathy for people who are looking at it and who worked on the game. I just don't have sympathy for them for the loss, because they were told by the reaction from myself and others what it was like. And they didn't listen, they didn't reverse gear, they didn't change course, they knew better. And now it's come back to bite them on their ass. And yes, good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
We were talking about how Square Enix lost 6.5 billion yen on the Avengers game. That's about $63 million.
So quite a hefty chunk of change.
Yes. And good morning, Crafty, and thank you for that. You beat me to the punch. I had the hammer ready, but you laid it down before I could.
So yeah. That's all I can say about that. It's just like I'm sorry. I should have more sympathy because of the people working on it and the amount of hours
we know
and
somebody who worked on it.
Yeah, we do. We're friends with her, but I just can't. I'm sorry. It's just yeah.
And I was happy she came on the podcast, but like when she asked, I gave her my honest opinion of the game. It's like, I like some of the stuff that it does. I think some of the stuff could be better. I would pay $40 for this game.
Yeah, I would not pay anything else.
Yeah, that's how I rate my games. It's like, how much would I spend money on them for? And to be honest, we could see the Avengers game go to $40 for the holiday season.
Yeah. I mean, my rating, apparently, I do have a rating now of how many chests out of 5.
How many chests?
How many chests out of 5?
Your chests, or like?
I mean, chests in general. I mean, who loves a good chest?
I mean, I've seen plenty of good chests in my day. The Rock has a pretty good chest. We're equal opportunity here, people. I've also played plenty of Hideo Kojima games, so extrapolate what you will from that.
Never good. We see some Norman Reedus' bit.
Yeah, Norman Reedus. I mean, we've seen his ass. I've seen Norman Reedus' ass a lot.
His large chest and not even 1 out of 5. Harsh. Very harsh, you say. Very harsh. But fair,
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a couple of chests I could mention, but it would be inappropriate, so I'm not going to get another talking to from HR.
See, I was very worried when we started this conversation, by the way, too, Will, because when you said it, I was just like, how do you rank it in chess? The queen. I mean, it's like, I rate this a queen to rook 5. There's your. I heard that snap, Chris.
Yeah, I was testing to see if my audio engine was running.
Okay, I figured so. I figured so. I'm like,
Yeah.
things have gone quiet. Audio problems. Yes, quite right. TGWPIS podcast. Always audio. Quite right.
Par for the course, yes.
Yes, indeed, yes. So yeah, that's pretty much the news. And so we might as well move on to the main focus of today, and that's Extra Life.
Yes. Why are you people here on the podcast? Why are you not supporting your creators who are actually streaming Extra Life?
They could be multitasking.
It's fine.
They could be showing someone else doing their Extra Life run and talking to us, which is very nice of them. But yes, we our Extra Life weekend is underway. I have done my 8-hour stint. I am now resting. Not very well resting, but I am resting. It was a good start. I have to say, we're so far raised $957.16.
Okay, which one of you assholes did that?
Michael.
I could have guessed. I could have guessed.
It was a good stream. I really enjoyed doing that challenge, and as people who've been around over the years, I try not to do either the same thing twice, unless it's across platforms, or it's a case of I don't want to just focus on one certain aspect each time. I want to do something different, and I think I achieved that yesterday by going for the trophies in a certain way. But it did throw up an absolute gem that people have asked me to continue down the line, and I am glad to do it. I just have to try and figure a way to put it into the schedule as well as keep going with the backlog, and that is Fist of the North Star.
Mm-hmm.
That game is amazing.
Do you know who made that game?
The same company who it was Sega, isn't it? Because it's the same engine.
It's the same team that made Yakuza. And if you listen to it in Japanese, the guy who voices Kiryu voices the main character of fricking Fist of the North Star.
The guy who voices Majima's in it as well. And it's very, very silly, because if you know of the anime, the film that they released, and then we're talking, this is what must be late 80s, early 90s when this came out. Because I remember this was one of the early ones when Manga UK started releasing videos and films.
1986.
So yeah, if you've seen that film, if you've seen the arcade game where you've got the 6 punching bag bits, boxing glove bits, and you just can smack the shit out of them really quickly. If you've seen the live action film which had Big Van Vader in it, for all you wrestling fans out there, there's a lot of history behind this. But the game is just brutal. It is over the top. It is fucking brilliant. It looks going to hurt your hand with mashing the button, but that's okay, because it's worth it to see the different fighting style and the way that you can use the special pressure point moves to take out the enemies. Like there's one move in there where you grab a man by his ear, swing him around, knocking out the other guys in the crowd, and then it just sort of pops. How can this game not be fun with this sort of shit? So I'm glad in a way that came up, because now it gives me a first world problem of how am I going to fit that into my the schedule. But we'll get there. We'll work something out with that. And so yeah,
I'm just thinking of the Leonardo DiCaprio meme right now. So it's like Will struggling to fit in his backlog of James, who has bought in Football Manager for playing it for 900 hours. Oh!
Oh yeah, by the way, that'd be rookie numbers, right? Rach has played, I think it's World of Warcraft over 10,000. I had this morning. I'm like, wait, what? So James has pushed those numbers up.
Will.
Yeah.
I have 63 days of game time in one character in WoW. Think about that for a second. 2 months of playtime on one character. I understand. There's a reason why I'm a recovering WoW addict. And I don't play it anymore.
Yeah. Those numbers were... They're still rookie numbers. So, yeah, so I managed to get 33 trophies. It wasn't 34 that we thought, but it was nicely rounded up. And you know what? That's a very, very sort of trivial thing. If I'd have went, no, it's only 33. So $17 went to Extra Life for myself. Letitia, who was helping us yesterday, she donated as well and matched it, which was amazing. That was very sweet of her. I didn't realize she was going to do that, but yeah, so thank you very much for that. I know all I can say so far to everyone who has donated, thank you, because it's a very good thing you're doing. It's a very, very good thing you're doing, especially this year. And especially this week, with everything else that's going on in the world that's causing people distress. What about you guys? What are your plans? How do you think it's gone so far?
I mean, I've thought it's gone very well. Geo has had a wonderful week of streams. Hi, Geo.
Yeah.
And then we've had we've had everybody on, between like 100% orange juice with Crafty Rebel last night, your stream, and there's obviously this. Chris is streaming later today after he gets his coffee.
Still drinking.
No, please. I normally have my can of soda in the morning, and somebody drank the last one last night, so James is sitting here uncaffeinated.
Look, I'm sorry. It happened. I wasn't thinking.
The funny part is that could have happened. He could have just came to my house and just taken it, and I would have been like, all right.
Fuck.
Great. But it's been good. It's been very successful so far as a group, as a team. We've got a lot going on. I think, is Ed doing his today?
Yeah, Ed's in the middle of his right now.
Yeah, and though Ed is not streaming most of his is just his personal, which is good. But he's doing it for 24 hours, which is 24 hours. We're not that crazy anymore. We're a bunch of old men.
Yeah, I can't. I struggle with 8 now. It seems, rather, let alone bloody 24.
But I think it's been good. Chris, do you have any idea of what you're playing yet, or are you just gonna kind of wing it?
I am hovering on a couple options here. There is most definitely an option for going with GTFO.
Yep.
Because, I mean, we got to get through all of the rundown. The whole damn thing.
Yep.
There's also an option for Desolate, which is a post-apocalyptic survival. And you guys know how much I love my survivals.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's going to be some Minecraft could be a possibility. Some Valorant could be a possibility. Some Dota could be a possibility.
Unfortunately, Dota is off the table. Don't want to go back.
Okay.
About
League?
Valorant and League, I don't want to do for this. I want to do those more for like just standard, like my go-tos. There is, however, the option as well to do some what's it called? Darkwood. which is another survival horror / crafty survival game. Or I could continue my Dungeon Defenders Awakened.
Tons of
Because we do love Dungeon Defenders. And a good thing about Dungeon Defenders is that it is one of the few games that I have open to people jumping in if they also have it.
What about Noita?
So long as Noita, I could do Noita. Did they get a major update recently? Probably.
They're updating that game pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And James can't. There it is.
They did some hot fixes recently.
Only the hottest of fixes.
Mm-hmm. Hot fix.
The hottest of fixes.
And of also, we do have some giveaways for people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We still have 3 copies of Worms WMD and 3 copies of The Escapist 2 on Steam to give away. So however you want to do that over the weekend is completely up to you, because I gave away a copy of each last night to people.
Well, throughout the course of my stream, I can give away a copy each.
And I could give away a couple too. We can do it in between races. You don't know when. You don't know how. So you have to watch the entire stream to find out.
Same here.
I mean, we could even give a one away now if we wanted to. But we'll see about that. This technically isn't an Extra Life stream, so I think we'd be bending.
Yeah.
We technically we'd be breaking our toss on that. We did our terms of service. Yeah, we were giving them with specific instructions.
Yeah. So good luck. I hope it goes well. And we're just $111 away from our target that we hit last year in terms of money raised. So, we're left pegging almost with how we performed last year.
Don't forget too, we've also got the grand prize giveaway of Halo 5. No, it's the
Halo 5.
Oh, give that one away. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it took what, like 2 years, 3 years?
3 years.
At least 3 years.
3 years.
So good, man, you still got it. Yeah, have it. Fucking take it.
Please.
But I'm in the States,
I don't
care.
It's going to be like The Price is Right after a while. It's like, and a brand new car. Dude, that car is from like when Bob Barker used to do this.
Yep. We just never gave it away.
It's like, do you know what the price of detergent
still a
is?
tax write-off.
Yeah. It says this detergent has asbestos in it. Only the best. From the 1960s.
The asbest.
Oh. When Arm & Hammer was really made by communists. We should also talk about the goal that I have changed slightly.
Okay.
I think this is fair. Cause people have wanted it. And I have decided that until the end of the year, until you can no longer donate to our Extra Life page, if we hit $3,000 as an individual TGWPIS group, or as a team of 4,500, I will give you guys a Dark Souls 3 stream. At least 2 hours. Most likely after a podcast, and if Will and Chris want to stay on Discord with me while I stream this and just berate and humiliate me as I go through it, more the power to them.
Because that's what I do during Dark Souls streams.
And then,
I berate and humiliate people, of course.
Yeah, we both said that, taking the piss, going, oh, you're shit at this, aren't you? I know that Bionic JT is wanting to get a character built up in Dark Souls 3 and maybe invade. And I went to
if we're intending to do invasions, I will be there.
I don't think James will get to the point where you can invade. I think you'll get to the first part.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna need the extra HP.
So, so Chris, I actually went through my Steam library. Do you know that I own a Dark Souls game?
Mm-hmm.
Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition.
Yep.
I bought it back. I have played it for 14 minutes.
Yep.
Back in November 2013. It's been 7 years since I played Dark Souls.
Oh, what if there's a forfeit here? You know how we were talking about if you're not physically able to continue on in Formula One tomorrow?
No. That's just adding one pain for a different pain. At that point, I will physically hurt myself playing Formula One to not play Dark Souls. We want to give people quality content, not just watch James like inch his way through the finish line. Like, guys, I can do it. Guys, I can do it.
Excuse me, I'm going to finish it. It's like you have to call 911.
No. The tap out rule is because I am too physically exhausted to do it anymore. And then you're going to ask me to go from like doing something that was both physically and mentally draining to then even more mentally draining while I'm already physically shattered in a game that requires precision and mental fortitude, which I won't have. I can say that if we do get the Dark Souls game, I will play it with my virginity protecting gloves on.
Yes.
Very important.
I think you need to.
I need to protect myself from those monsters.
Yeah, man. They come at you. They come at you fast. They don't stop.
But yes, Stratham is doing Extra Life right now. Chris is doing it later today. I am doing it tomorrow. Will has already done it. Geo has already done it. Crafty has done it.
Yep. She started the team off last weekend, which was very cool. She earned over $100 as well.
Yeah. So it's Extra Life, and it's going to be fun, and you guys should all enjoy us. That is a word now. I've just come up with it.
With the dictionary written up.
It's a picture of my face. Kimmy, hello.
Hope you're okay. Hope you're feeling well. So I think any shout outs then?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about what we've been playing, because we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Yakuza,
Yep.
Yakuza and the Football Manager beta.
Per week in Minecraft. I'm a basic
potential game that's going to be released on the Series X and S if I get it.
Has yours shipped yet? Have you gotten confirmation that it's shipped?
I haven't yet, but I have a suspicion it's going to be shipped on Monday. Be here Tuesday. I will double check that.
I would double check that. I'm not saying that some people are expecting to be screwed by this, but... By the way, Chris, how does it feel not have to worry about a console release?
Yeah, it feels pretty solid, man.
Pretty great, right? Just like...
Yeah, life is good.
People are like, oh my god, November 10th, oh my god! And we're just like, yeah, man, Yakuza comes out that day. It's going to be great. It's going to be a Tuesday or a Thursday or whatever day of the week it's going to be. I don't know anymore, man. This all blends into one big ass kicking of 2020.
It's saying it's arriving Tuesday, but it hasn't been dispatched yet because Amazon, you know.
Okay,
So
if it was like Walmart or another retailer, I'd be worried. Amazon though,
I know I got it within the first 5 minutes of it going live. The pre-order stuff. So I think I'm at the front of the list, or near enough at the front of the list for it. You know. So I think I'm good.
You think you're good? Good.
I
want you to get your. I want you to have your console. I want you to have fun with it, even though it looks like a fridge. And the other one looks like a router.
Yeah, the PS5.
Does it come in black?
Potentially, it was going to, and then Sony went, "Hey, you can't do those face plates. We aren't giving you a license for them." Oh, okay, said the company as it shut off. Naughty. Anyway, so shout outs, I would say, to everybody in the chat at the moment, to everybody who has donated to help get us to that total at the moment, to everybody who can and would potentially donate between now and the end of the year, but over the weekend even more so. To you I say simply thank you. To James I say simply thank you.
I haven't done anything yet.
You say you haven't, but you've done more than you know at the moment. So, I say thank you. And I say to everybody who was in chat yesterday, thank you very much, because you helped keep me going. So that's pretty much it. Thank you. You have anything for the order, James?
See you tomorrow. I'm going to be in pain. I'm in danger.
Stop, he's so dead already.
It's going to be, Lord, my legs are gone. My legs are gone, Lord.
That link I've just put in the chat is for It's the Coffee Night. Even though it's Coffee Night, not it's the Coffee Night on twitch.tv. I spelt it wrong because I'm a dick. So yes, thank you very much. We shall catch you over the weekend in Chris's stream and tomorrow right here for some Formula One.
Yeah, that's about it for the good of your order. Enjoy your weekend, folks. Stay safe, stay classy. Don't watch the news. Just if you're in America, stay safe, stay calm. If you're outside America, you enjoying the show? Hopefully you're enjoying the show. We're trying real hard for you. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, everybody, it's music time. Let's have a good one. Goodbye. I love you all. Thank you very much. Gonna do it the next time. Bye.